Hello. What's up? What's up? Beautiful people. La la la. Hello, Miss Parker. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Hope all is well with everybody. Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Hey, Miss Adrienne, I'm well. I hope all is well with you guys. Woo. Interesting week. It is only Wednesday. Soon to be Thursday. Okay. First, I would like to say, please like, subscribe, and show some love. Appreciate it. Thank you for the ones who are subscribed. Thank you for the people who share it. Do a special shout out to Tax Credit Academy for generously providing the space for my broadcast. Please support Tax Credit Academy and Patrice L. Stewart, a small woman-owned business that handles all your financial needs, including taxes. Okay, she's absolutely amazing at what she does. And don't forget to follow her on YouTube at Patrice L. Stewart. Okay, that's number one. Number two. Friday, some of Chicago Flips Red members will be in the DC area for the inauguration. And yeah, we're excited for that. Switchblade, how you doing, Switchblade? I miss you and them dolls. Oh my God, I miss them dolls. If you're able, please consider donating to support the trip. Your contributions will help cover costs for groceries at the Airbnb, Uber, and Metro fare. Some of the girls haven't used the Metro yet, so I'm excited to make sure we experience it. I actually like DC Metro. And for the expenses that we've already paid. We also plan to live stream and host our first Twitter space. I also have 2 interviews lined up, and I want to thank all the platforms that reached out to me, and appreciate that. Greatly appreciate that. Also, my birthday is on January 23rd, and I'm hosting a birthday fundraiser on January 25th. For more information, email chicagoallhandsondeck@gmail.com. All donations will go to Chicago Flips Red PAC. I want to make Chicago Flips Red a political action committee because that is something that is needed in the city of Chicago, in Cook County, to help us further our mission into getting rid of this corruptness in the city of Chicago and Cook County. And it starts with action. And political action committee is something that needs to be done on top of everything else. All right. And then also I'll be sharing my Amazon wish list soon. You can donate through Cash App, $UT Lifestyle, PayPal. I have a link. If you email chicagoallhandsondeck@gmail.com, I'll send you the PayPal link. Zelle, Uncomfortabletruthlifestyle@gmail.com. And you can mail your donations to Tax Credit Academy, 1200 West 35th Street, Suite 264, Chicago, Illinois, 60609. Thank you. All right. Now, On January 9th, 2025, last Thursday, there was a zoning meeting. And in the zoning meeting, I wasn't going to talk at first. I really didn't have anything to talk about. But then I decided to look at the agenda. And when I looked at the agenda, I always look to see, of course, the 17th ward, because that's the ward that our land is in. And I just wanted to see, what was going on. So when I looked, get this up real quick. So when I looked and saw the 17th ward a few times on the agenda for zoning. Zoning is one of the most important committees. I decided to really research, and I was a little bit upset, and I did discuss it on the mic. And one of the things I did discuss was I saw, and maybe the word Halsted, or that Avenue Halsted, I guess it gets me irritated too. It's a whole bunch of zoning that they did this day. So I'm looking to see where is it? Or did they take it down? Because this is the city of Chicago, so they'll change stuff so quickly. So let me see. 3rd Ward, 2nd Ward, 1st Ward, 47th Ward, 26th Ward. Yeah, actually, I don't even see it on here anymore. That just shows you that here's one of them. So 7610, 7628 South Ashland Avenue. The applicant is the Rock of Love Missionary Baptist Church. They're trying to do some shopping district and residential single unit district. That's in his ward. Exactly, my mother was trying to do like residential, so I saw that. But then I saw something else that's what really got me tight. And honestly, I think they took it off. Yeah, I think they took it off. Wow. So what really got me tight, and I did post it. I did a video on it, and now 21st Ward. Let me just make sure one more time that I'm not third. Yeah, they took it off. I bet they did, because it said basically that 7468 and I think 74, something like 70, it was 74th and Halsted, and it was Halsted Ave LLC, right? And he was working on some development, this person, Halsted Ave LLC. But when you look up Halsted Ave LLC, it doesn't have a website. It doesn't have any other previous projects they've done or anything like this, right? So it triggered me because, my boy, we got land over there. My mother's been trying to reach out to you to even work out something that, that she can start developing and building on the land that she had already put money into. My godfather had already put money into this. So, hey, let's try to figure it out. My mother sent him multiple emails all throughout 2017 until she went into the hospital in 2023. So the fact that you refused to meet with my mother, you refused to work with my godfather, you told my godfather that was the wrong building that they knocked down, and you don't want to make right, you get mad at me because I go and confront you. Well, actually, I'm at the elevator. I'm at the elevator first, but you come over there because I'm talking to the white developer. I'm saying I'm gonna find everything about you, and I'm gonna make you famous. I'm gonna find everything about you because clearly he's just giving you all of Halsted Avenue. I see Halsted Ave LLC. So this must be you and him. Y'all must have, you and the Alderman, this must be y'all project. Y'all must work together or something like that. You getting kickbacks and stuff like that. You don't have, I don't even think that you're even registered. I don't even know if you have all the stuff, the qualifications, but all I know is that no, I can't find nothing about you. But meanwhile, I can't get the 17th Ward Alderman David Moore to sit down and talk to my mother, my godfather, about doing some development on the land that you're responsible for. You knew that they weren't supposed to knock that building down. You ain't trying to make whole at all. That's crazy to me. So when that happened, when I got in his face, because I approached him, I was talking to the developer. And when he saw me talking to the developer, that's when his peanut head ran out of there with them big suits to try to stop, because, of course, at the end of the day, he got to save his lie and talk about we crazy or I'm irate or whatever. So I'm telling old boy, I'm going to find everything out about you, all that stuff. He gets right there. I turn to him. I said, you selling out our whole community. That's what you do. You sell out. I said, you can't meet with my mother. You can't work with my mother. You can't do any of that. But you out here selling out the community to these white developers. Like you was pathetic. You were pathetic. Anyway, police get in the middle of us. He says, you better get her out of my face. And I said, what you gonna do, David Moore? What are you gonna do, David Moore? What you gonna do? So that was Thursday. Now, after that was done, because it wasn't in the chambers, it didn't happen in the chambers, it didn't happen while during public speaking, any of that. This was outside by the elevators. I asked Starks, Sergeant at Arms, who is clearly a certified coon, and I did not know. I hate that he's a coon because I really don't want to believe Starks is a coon, but you got to be a coon. Anyway, I go to Starks, and I tell him, I said, now let me know right now if I'm about to get banned. I didn't touch him. I didn't do it in the chambers. I didn't do anything. This was all that. No, you're not going to get banned. All that. Ask the police. Police said the same thing. Nah, it's going to be fine. Then maybe about an hour, 2 hours later, police come back over to me and they're like, well, you didn't touch him, but, like you put your hands up in his face, and that could be considered assault. I said, what? I said, y'all just make up every day. Y'all make up just new things. That doesn't make any sense. I said, no. I said, what? Who's doing the assaulting? He is. He's assaulting the whole black community by selling it out. That's what he's doing. It's emotional abuse. Down there every day, watching these people money launder all day is assault. That's assault. Okay, them laundering our tax dollar every day, selling out our communities is assault. Okay, that's assault. However, they said that he didn't want to press charges. I said, okay, but I want him to press charges. Please, I know you're not gonna press charges. What you press charges for? What you press charges? You're the one who's the reason why we don't have no building. You're the one that the reason why my mother and my godfather can't even talk to you. You don't even want to do development work with them. You don't even want to make it right. So of course you're not gonna press charges. And plus, I didn't touch you. I didn't touch you. Okay, I confronted you because at the end of the day, you selling out our communities like the rest of your colleagues are in there. But hey, it is what it is. Monday, I go there, and was it Monday? Yeah, Monday I'm there. It's no problem. Yeah, I go Monday. I say what I have to say. I'm at 2 meetings. I say what I have to say, but I start talking about Chinatown. I start talking about this Bally's investment, this investment opportunity that I saw over the weekend. Melissa Kanye Irvin, and I talked about it in my last live on Sunday. Melissa Conya Irvin and the Do Nothing Black Caucus is bringing this investment seminar to our communities, you know, and y'all doing it at a church, which I thought, again, religion and politics don't go together in the Black community. That's what I hear all the time. Religion and politics don't go together. Religion and politics don't go together. But you bring in this casino investment opportunity to Third Baptist Church on the west side of Chicago. When at the end of the day, have you seen the west side of Chicago? Have y'all seen the west side of Chicago? What is you asking these people to invest investment opportunity in a Bally's casino that is, man, Bally's Casino. Let me tell you about Bally's Casino real quick. Bally's Casino. Let's see. I want y'all to understand this situation. Because I just need you to, woo, man. Bally's what? Hold on. Because this is I need, because they're doing this tomorrow. They're doing this tomorrow. So Chicago, Brandon Mayor Johnson people removed the casino projections from the website. Okay, but whoever running Bally Chicago Watch, they saved it. So the city contemplated that the casino would pay $67.6 million in property taxes in 27, right? They also felt like they were going to make this year they was going to make $253 million in casino revenue. And they hurried up and took it off because at the end of the day, they're not going to make that because ain't nobody going to the casino. Y'all, the temporary one, nobody was going to the casino. Now y'all trying to build the big one over there by the old Tribune building. The old Tribune building for what? And y'all know that y'all are going to lose money. So what do? You go over to the Black community where we already don't have anything in our communities and offer them a one-in-a-lifetime Bally's Casino investment proposal? No, go to Chinatown. Go to Chinatown and ask them Chinatown people, them Chinese people, to invest in Bally's. They're the only ones that was keeping the one temporary alive. Y'all even paid for our tax dollar even paid for y'all to bus. They get free buses to the casino. They get free buses to go to the casino anywhere. Even if they going to Indiana, they getting free. We paying for the buses to go to Indiana. However, what are you sitting here talking? What are you coming to our community for? Then you go, well, I'm not even on the west side, but on the west side. Then you're going to do another one at Malcolm X College. No, absolutely not. You're a fool if you let your grandmother go to Third Baptist Church tomorrow to talk about Bally's opportunity, Bally's investment opportunity. Have the Latinos, the new arrivals that came here, have them invest. Okay? Have the Venezuelans invest. Have the Indians invest, the H-1B1 visas. Have all the foreigners that you came over here. Have Joe Biden invest. Have Kamala Harris invest. Have CTU members invest. Have all the scammers and the progressive reform invest in Bally's. Okay, so that's what I talked about. I talked about that on Monday, and then I talked about the mannequin trial. All of a sudden, Tuesday, I go down there to go to the meetings, and police, they all looking down, and I'm like, I already know. So I'm like, well, I'm banned. And they're like, yeah, Sergeant Arm's going to come down here and give you this letter. So the letter says, Dear Zoe Marsh Leigh. They got my whole last name. So I have two last names. I have my mother's last name, my father's last name. My father's last name is Leigh. My mother's last name is Marsh. I'm a Marsh. I'm from the Chicago side. My mother is a Marsh. Marsh runs long in the Chicago, on the south side. I told you my third cousin is Jesse Brown. My cousin-in-law was Terry Hillard, and he was the top cop. And then we have a lot of other family members. So I always say, like, I feel like my mother too was part of this weird machine, you know. And I think that I don't know what's going on, but yeah. So I'm a Marsh on the Chicago side. So when people ask me about my Chicago roots, my mother is a Marsh. Born and raised on the south side of Chicago. She went to St. Elizabeth School, grammar school, junior high, high school, and went to St. Joseph's College for undergrad. And then she moved. My mother, she was one of the first Black women to work for Xerox. And then Chicago, it was too racist, and she decided to move to New York. She met my father, and that's how I'm here, and that's the story. All right. Dear Zoe Marsh Leigh, this letter serves as notice to you that as a result of your conduct toward an alderperson during the Committee on Zoning, Landmarks, and Building Standards meeting held on January 9th, 2025 in the second floor elevator lobby area, you are hereby barred from in-person attendance at any meetings of the Chicago City Council and any of its committees until April 14th, 2025, effective immediately. Specifically, your actions were aggressive, harassing, and required intervention of Chicago police officers on scene. Under my authority, pursuant to Rule 49 of the Rules of Order and Procedure of the City Council, you are prohibited from access to the second or third floors of City Hall during this time. See attachment of Rule 49 of the Rules of Order and Procedure of the City Council. If you enter the second or third floor of City Hall during this period, you are subject to citation and arrest for trespass. They so broke, they're trying to get a citation if I go upstairs to the second and third floor. That's how broke the city is. If you need to contact your ward office on either of those floors for constituent services, please inform the on-duty officer on the first floor of City Hall, and they will arrange for an appropriate automatic staffer to contact you. During this period, you will be allowed to sign up for phone and public comment through the usual process by calling 312-744-6800. See attachment Chicago City Council and Committee public comment process. However, your connection will be immediately terminated and your privilege to submit phone and comment will be revoked if your comments include remarks in violation of the rules of conduct for public meetings. Yours, Alvin Starks. You are not mine. Sergeant at Arms, City of Chicago City Council. Now, first of all, y'all straight violated the law. Second of all, you're violating the First Amendment right. Third of all, I didn't threaten that man at all. And it did not happen in the chambers. It did not happen during the meeting. It happened then. And if he would have stayed his peanut head inside of there, we wouldn't even, he ran out there because he knew what he did is wrong, and he got something shady going on with Halsted Ave LLC. Because there ain't no such thing as Halsted Ave LLC. And why are you in the zoning? Why are you in zoning all that? That don't even make no sense. So that's number one. Number two is it's all good when I talk about the disgraced 20 aldermen down there and the black caucus, the do nothing black caucus. But when you start talking about the Hispanic KKK and the Chinatown, then all of a sudden I got barred until April 14th. Where did what's April 14th? Why April 14th? So last year, he blocked David Moore, Alderman David Moore blocked me on Facebook. He's a public figure. He cannot block me. That's a lawsuit. Now, I let that pass because at the end of the day, I don't have time to go and do all that. But now, I have a lawyer, and I have to go and file this lawsuit. So I'm filing this lawsuit on Alderman David Moore for now it's going to be because you refused to meet with me and you are my alderman about work. So so I'm suing you for that. I'm also suing you for blocking me. And I'm also suing you. I'm going to find to sue you for whatever I can sue you for, but definitely those two. Are you insane? Are you stupid? Yes. And the only reason why you did this is because, like Ms. Jessica said, it was in front of that white man. But that white man's shady too. Y'all both shady. Y'all about to do some real shady stuff over there on Halsted Ave. They want all of Halsted Ave. All of Halsted Ave. And they thought they was going to do it with our and that's what they're so mad, because the little bit that they trying to get is ours, and they ain't gonna be able to get it. So that's how that works. Okay. So, but I will be down there after I file my lawsuit, which I plan on putting it in when I get back from DC. I will be I'll be downstairs in City Hall for every meeting. I'm going to go live every meeting, City Hall. I'm going to get down there early in the morning so I can see him get on that elevator every day. Okay. I've already reached out to the Inspector General, and I'm going to sue Deborah Winsberg as well, the Inspector General, because you're supposed to be on this. Attorney General Kwame Raoul too. Where are you at, Kwame? Where are you at? They violating straight laws, open public meeting. They infringing on rights. All that. I'm a taxpayer. I pay y'all tax. I pay y'all salaries. Why all y'all do is launder money all day. Y'all launder money all day. And you're mad because people are talking about it because y'all don't want to settle no cases. The fact that I just read today that the U.S. government is about to sue Southwest Airlines for delayed flights. How dare y'all sue a private company like this because the government ain't got no money because the Democratic Party done stole $2.7 trillion. That's why they didn't want Trump in there. They didn't want Trump in there because Trump is I'm trying to tell people going to jail. People going to jail. That's just what it is. That's just the main thing. Okay. You know, these people's open a grocery store on my lot. Yesterday, there was the grand opening of Auburn Grissom grocery store. The grocery store on my land, okay? On my family's land, y'all opened up a Save-A-Lot. Now, something must have happened because it was supposed to be Yellow Banana. And Yellow Banana and them must have fell out or something like that because that's supposed to be the nonprofit of Save-A-Lot. And Save-A-Lot, a discount grocery chain, has been undergoing significant renovations in Chicago, including the store at 7908 South Halsted Avenue. This location, situated in the Auburn Grisham neighborhood, reopened on January 14, 2025, after extensive interior and exterior upgrades. The renovation is part of a broader $26 million capital improvement plan for 6 Chicago locations, funded by a $13.5 million subsidy from the city. This is on another part of my land. All the city of Chicago elected officials and employees do is launder money. They fail to uphold the U.S. Constitution and steal land and property from our community year round. Year round. That's all they do. All they do. It takes financial resources to build a nation, and they seem determined to destroy Black Chicagoans. Like, we are a rich culture. We are a rich culture, and they keep playing us. And yeah, no. So while City Hall was going on today, I went upstairs to the Department of Planning, right? And let me get this right. So I went to the Department of Planning, and I went to this man named Mr. Hacker, Brian Hacker. And I said, Happy New Year. I'm writing to request information regarding the Department of Planning's 10-year strategic plans for the periods 1999 to 2009 and 2009 to 2019, specifically concerning the properties located at 7954, 7958, and 7908 South Halsted. My primary focus is on understanding the department's strategies for addressing food desert communities during this time, particularly the planning and placement of public grocery stores. If possible, could you also provide details on whether there was a campaign or initiative aimed at increasing access to grocery stores in underserved areas? Additionally, I would like to inquire about the locations identified for establishing these public grocery stores. The grocery store in question is currently situated on my family's land. I am seeking detailed information on how this development occurred without any communication or consultation with my family. Okay? Brian writes back, thank you for your message. Hi, Zoe. Thank you for your message. I'm copying Justin Peterson from our Southeast planning team who can assist you. Okay? Now, Justin gets back. I for you too. But Justin gets back and says, good afternoon, Zoe. I don't have background on this, as the time period you're asking about is before I joined DPD, Department of Planning and Development. It's also before the department created focused planning regions for neighborhood development. I'll reach out to some folks in our city-wide division that might have background on this and see what they can find. So they don't even have any records in the Department of Planning about what they were going to do. This is what I'm talking about. They would have never thought that a person was going to fight back. They just knew my mother was going to give up. They just knew my godfather was going to give up. They just knew that nobody was going to advocate for them or anything because they're so used to doing this to us, right? So y'all don't have there's no recollection of anything about that land, that grocery store, that grand opening was yesterday on part of my land. And the parking lot they're using, that same type of parking lot. Oh, it's crazy how they doing this. Okay? What? Not us, you. I don't still speak for yourself. I don't even know what you're talking about. But anyway, this is insane. Okay? This is what I'm talking about. All they do is steal land all day. Okay? All they do is steal land all day. And they don't have no records. They don't have no records at all. So that will be to be continued. Now, back to what I was going to say. Now, $8.127 billion was spent on Corona, on a state and local recovery fund in the state of Illinois. Okay? Then $3.1 billion was designated for K through 12th grade. Now, I don't know where that money at either. Okay? And then they had emergency rental assistance, $850 million allocated to prevent evictions and foreclosures. But that clearly didn't happen because it's evictions all over and foreclosures, and they stealing land. So, I mean, it doesn't matter. And then they had public health support. At the end of the day, I told you how much I know for a fact. The city of Chicago spent $1.4 billion in epidemiology for public health. So that's just what that is. Now you've got the welcoming order or ordinance that you got Andre Vasquez that finally spoke out and talked about how Chicago needs to remain a sanctuary city, and before the new administration comes in, you got to say, we have to protect these asylum seekers and all of that type of stuff. But no, the only reason why they're saying any of this because they are the scammers. They scammed, and they know they're about to be in trouble. But they scammed. The key scammers when it comes to this illegal immigration scheme is Andre Vasquez, Brian Cicho Lopez, Carlos Ramirez Rosa, Michael D. Rodriguez, Rosana Rodriguez Sanchez, Jesse Fuentes, Beatrice Ponce de Leon, Christina Pasion Zayas. Okay? They keep paying the paid crowd to keep showing up at City Hall to make it seem like Chicago is okay with the sanctuary city and us protecting them, and they use Harold Washington and all that. No, y'all are straight up destroying Chicago, okay? And you're embarrassing yourselves, okay? Donate y'all salaries and homes since y'all so dedicated, but y'all not dedicated. Y'all trying to save your problem. Okay, I don't know what the fuck, but I don't know. Are you? What's going on, Tyler? Are y'all going back and forth? Are you all right? I don't understand. But I hope y'all get it together down there. But anyway, yeah. So that's what they do. They steal, and be steal taxpayer dollars for a very long time. They launder money. They keep laundering money, and it's just. That's just what it is. But they're trying to have this, like, paying these protesters and stuff to make it like black people are like these racist people and they mad. They want no. Y'all know exactly what y'all were doing. Y'all know that y'all stole this illegal immigration money. Y'all also know that y'all stole this COVID-19 money starting in 2019. Okay, and what y'all thought that he was that Trump was not going to get in office. Y'all just knew that he was going to get convicted and he was going to and all that stuff. Y'all just knew it. Y'all put y'all money on this lady who anybody that had common sense was not going that way. All of those type of things. They try to push this socialist communist agenda in the city of Chicago, and the city of Chicago wasn't going, and all that stuff. So today, Lopez and Tabarez, they had offered the welcome ordinance basically to change that police can work with ICE, and it voted 39-11 to reject the measure that would have allowed Chicago police officers to cooperate with federal immigration agents in certain cases. The vote maintains strict protections for undocumented immigrants, illegals, as outlined in the Welcome City Ordinance passed in January 2021. This was the same ordinance that Andre Napolitano was trying to talk about in 2021, but they was calling him a racist. But he was just looking from a law enforcement point of view and basically saying that no, this is not a good idea, that police cannot work with ICE. That's how that works. I can tell, so that's just that's how that works. So anyway, the proposal authored by Alderman Raymond Lopez and Alderman Tabarez, sought to scale back protections by allowing cooperation with federal agents for cases involved in gang-related activities, drug-related activities, or certain felony charges. Mayor Brandon Johnson and immigrant advocates opposed the measure, arguing it would violate state law and due process rights, create legal challenges and stroke fear among immigrant communities. Now, that's crazy how you're saying that it's going to violate due process rights when y'all violate my due process every day. You violated Ms. Jackson's due process every day. Okay, y'all violated all the laws, the state law, federal law, every law. So, but y'all riding hard for the immigrants because y'all done stole so much money, and y'all know that once forensic audits happen, y'all going to jail. Y'all going to jail or go back to your home country. I don't know, but y'all getting up out of here. Y'all getting up out of here. And they go to, Chicago's upheld the sanctuary city status for over 38 years. Yeah, 38 years. But it wasn't like this, and at this point, we have nothing else to give. It ain't we're not humanitarians. We're not humanitarians at all. They can't. That's humanitarians. At the end of the day, like we can't. We're sinking. There's no way we can help anybody. We're literally a third world country. Real talk, with iPhones and Jordans. Al D said it the best. We are literally a third world country with iPhones and Jordans. Okay? These people, the way that they try to talk to you, talk down to you. I'm seeing all these Hispanic police officers policing our communities. I told you, like I said this a couple of times last year. I said this is the second Black American male that has been convicted or has been charged with killing a Hispanic police officer. You understand? Like, that is a problem. Okay, that's a problem, and ain't nobody talking about that. They're not policing. Go police Little Village. Go police Pilsen. Why y'all policing our community? They doing this on purpose. And like I said, it ain't no black and brown. It ain't gonna be no black and brown. Okay? And my thing is, they already know they ain't getting no more funding, no federal funding from Trump. They already know that. They already know too that the feds is coming. So because the feds is coming, they're trying to do whatever, to make it, to make it. They want to start a war. They want to start a fight. They want Black Chicago to go down to City Hall and act a fool and bang, bang. No. We're not going to do any of that. We're not doing any of that. We got enough people that go down there and say what they got to say. If y'all want to come down there and say what y'all want to say too, but no, we're not getting in it with these people. They are done. Them people that I spoke about, okay, them illegal, them progressive, these progressive Hispanic KKK, Andre Vasquez, Brian Cincho Lopez, Carlos Romero Rosa, Michael D. Rodriguez, Rosanna Rodriguez Sanchez, Jesse Fuentes, Beatrice Ponce de Leon, Christina Pacion Zayas. They are going to jail or resigning and going to jail or resigning and fleeing, but they are the reason. They are the reason, and CTU is the reason why Chicago was in shambles. Okay, it's. And so we're not going back and forth. No, we're going to talk about the money. We're going to keep demanding forensic audits. Matter of fact, everybody should be sending an email to their alderman every day, okay, or at least every week, saying we are demanding a forensic audit on the illegal immigration money. As a matter of fact, we want a forensic audit. Any department that you know that they laundering money, like public health, I know for sure they're laundering money. The illegal immigration money they laundered. Any departments that you know for sure, you want to ask your alderman or your state rep that they need to look into that. And if you don't get the answers, you're getting out of office. Okay, you're getting out of office. Okay, you work for us. We don't work for you. You work for us, okay? We're not going to pay no more property taxes until we get a forensic audit. That's what we need to be on. Y'all taxing us here, 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 and here for y'all lifestyle. So y'all can continue to steal. So y'all can continue to money launder and then lie and break and then lie and blame it on Trump and them. No, 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 no. This is y'all. This is y'all. Okay, so that 39-11 vote, it don't matter. It don't matter. It didn't do anything because Tom Homan is still coming. Okay, and y'all are getting out of, y'all definitely getting out the South Side. And y'all definitely, the illegals definitely getting from the South Side. Bronzeville, South Shore, Hyde Park, Auburn, Grisham, they getting up out of there. Okay, we will walk you to them. Okay, we already said we don't need a 1-800 number, Tom Home, and any of that. We will walk you to them. Okay, we'll walk you. They can take everything back home with them. Miss Jessie got somebody who don't live that far from them. They bought a boat. Them in the boat, matter of fact, they can take that boat and wherever Lake Michigan lead them to, they can go on the boat wherever they need to go. But they got to go. They're getting up out of here. They're getting up out of here. Okay, so that's just what it is. South side of Chicago was Black Renaissance. Okay, that's Renaissance. How dare you think that you were going to disrespect the South side of Chicago like that? Are you crazy? Are you the audacity? We're losing great landmark. We're losing great people to other cities because of the greed of these socialist, communist, dictator. Scamming Hispanic KKK progressives in there. No. Y'all go leave with them. Take the boat and go. Go. Y'all all getting up out of here. Y'all had all that money. That was y'all PPP, like I said. Y'all had all that money. Y'all should have been paid. Let me tell you something. If I'm balling on government funding money, illegal immigration money, I'm going to invite all. I'm gonna get all what you need, okay? You need your citizenship, you need your citizenship. Yeah, I'm giving bans to the people so I can get my citizenship. No, y'all came over here, drank Modelo's, walking barefoot, wearing Mexican Jordans, wreaking havoc, selling tacos, being rude, yelling, all of that stuff. Like, yeah, y'all came over here on some not seeking asylum. Y'all came over here real ghetto. So you gotta go, okay? And the people who are trying to save y'all, but really not save y'all, they're trying to save themselves because they done stole so much money. Ain't gonna help you either. And that's just what it is. Now, Chicago has been long associated with political corruption, as y'all know. Okay, they can't. The corruption is just what they do. Okay, this is what they do. Okay, the city that works if you pay. That's the nickname. That's one of the nicknames. The city that works if you pay. Yeah, we aren't paying for nothing until you get a forensic audit. Okay, and each department need a forensic audit because the people need to go to jail. We are sinking in pension debt. Danny Solis, prime example. How are we still paying for his pension? He needs to have no pension. That's crazy. So I say, I'm a senior citizen. She got robbed twice by the illegals. Come on now. And you can't, when you call the police, what happens? You got to let them right out, like Ms. Jackson said. How many illegals is coming? I mean, how many illegals really going to get arrested, even if the welcome orders happen, right? Just criminal, gang affiliated, when you don't know who because they all get arrested and get let back out. No, everybody got to go. Little babies, everybody got to go. You got to head back. You got to head back. Our kids can't eat. Our kids can't read. We homelessness is at an all-time high. Y'all don't care about mental health services. Y'all displacing seniors, throwing them in nursing homes. They getting abused. Nobody not following no laws. CHA gonna tell me today that they're not giving no Section 8 vouchers to the illegals, and I can give them 10 names right now with the addresses of the illegals that y'all gave y'all gave a Section 8 voucher to. Like, I don't know what they think this is, but nobody's playing no more. No one's playing with these people no more. Y'all getting up out of here. Y'all had 4 years to figure it out, and clearly it didn't happen. Okay? Now, this machine, the dominance of this one party rule, this democratic control is the problem. Okay? It's reduced competition, fostering environments where if a person is a favoritism there, we have to break this machine. Okay? This one part, even though it's bipartisan here, whatever, you don't have to say you're Republican opinion. You do, because they already know that this is a code. This is a corrupt code that needs to be cracked, and it's cracked already. It's cracked already, and they know it. They know it. Their oversight here is weak. Their government oversight is weak. All they do, like I said, they steal all day. They steal all day. Everybody in there be stealing. And that is our tax dollar. Tax dollar. The Inspector General does nothing. Deborah Witzberg doesn't do anything. Susan Halen doesn't do anything. Kwame Raoul does not do anything. They don't do anything. The corruption keeps going and going and going. Clearly, Kwame Raoul and Jesse Fuentes have a thing, because he will show up to anything that Jesse Fuentes does. Okay, so that's his buddy right there. Now, we may not find Kwame, but if anything that Jesse Fuentes is doing in Humboldt Park or anything that she's doing, he's pulling up. Okay, so if you want to find Kwame Raoul and Jesse Fuentes is having anything in Humboldt Park, he pulling up. And anything that he doesn't really have much, because you can't find him. But this is like the fourth or fifth event, and he's there. Okay. All right, Kwame rules. You crazy. Kwame crazy. All right, now. They have the Illinois 2024 naughty list. The corruption runs deep. These are the naughtiest people, corrupt people in the state of Illinois. Number 1, former Illinois House Speaker Michael Madigan, who's currently on trial right now. The nation's longest-serving legislative speaker faces a 23-count federal indictment, including charges of racketeering and bribery. Madigan allegedly led a criminal enterprise, exchanging legislative influence for jobs and contracts benefiting his allies. He reportedly netted $2.85 million through schemes involving developers Commonwealth Edison and AT&T Illinois. His trial is expected to conclude in January 2025. Now, me and Miss Jessica went over there for one day, and that was an important day for me. And I watched him on, like I said, I watched him on that stand. He was smooth with it. But one of the things that caught my attention was the land transfer that they were trying to do in Chinatown. And Chinatown went in. Chinatown was like, hell no. Like, nope, we're going to go ahead. They went and got 3,000 signatures. They probably did them signatures themselves, because they don't know if they did. They probably had one person put all them 3,000 signatures. But they say it was business workers, all, business people, all that stuff. And when you think about it, they were trying to put put something in Chinatown, right? And Chinatown was like, nah, it was going to affect the business, small businesses. It was going to affect, the community, all of that. And when you think about that, you think of them basically saying, we came over here. America did a lot of business with China, but a lot of them came over here. We did what we did. We slept with 10 people in an apartment, and we had our money. We had a restaurant, one restaurant, 2 restaurants, 3 restaurants. We had a massage. We got our nail stuff, all that stuff. How dare you think that you're gonna come and gentrify a town that we done made in America? No, absolutely not. And when that happened, the feds got involved. The feds got involved. I mean, that's the only reason why. That's the only reason why Madigan is on trial right now, because Chinatown wasn't going. We built this town. Okay? We built this town. We do our little stuff. We have our little corruption too, because they be doing the little massage parlors and dealing their little drugs at the Chinese restaurant. And they real gangsters over there, but they do their own thing by themselves. How dare you think you're gonna come and gentrify that? Now they can come and put a Chinese restaurant in our community, and we don't say nothing. But we can't put no business in their community, and and nothing happens. So I'm just saying. But that's what really got him in trouble. Chinatown wasn't going, at least 21 individuals and businesses implicated in a decade-long investigation. Former state lawmaker Michael McLean, also Madigan's right-hand man and fixer, faces racketeering and bribery charges for his role in orchestrating schemes that funneled no-work jobs to Madigan's associates. McLean's earlier conviction in the ComEd 4 case underscores his deep ties to political corruption in Illinois. Okay, he's facing a trial on a 23-count indictment. Then you already know Alderman, former Chicago Alderman Edward Burke, the once powerful 14th Ward Alderman, was sentenced to 2 years in prison for leveraging his office to benefit his private law firm. Burke extorted businesses, blocked developments, and shook down institutions like the Field Museum for personal gain. He was sentenced to 2 years in prison and a $2 million fine. Now, you hear when it says block developments, that's what a lot of these Black aldermen do in our communities. When we want to develop in our communities, we may have the money, may can get the money. When it comes to zoning and stuff like that, they're blocking all of this. They don't want us to develop our communities. They don't want us to have the infrastructure. Now, the money be there, everything, TIF money, all that stuff, but they don't want to do that. You understand? That's why they got to get out of office. They are the ones that's blocking. That's why our communities still look the way they look. Okay? Now, number 4 is Thornton Township Supervisor and Dalton Supermayor Tiffany Hanyard. Self-styled Supermayor Hanyard is under federal investigation for misuse of taxpayer funds and accruing $3.65 million in village debt. Damn, Tiffany. Trustees hired former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot. I don't know why, because Mayor Lori Lightfoot needs to be investigated for an independent probe despite Hanyard's veto. The investigation is still going. Hanyard's top aide and deputy police chief face charges of bankruptcy fraud. So I don't know what's going on with that. I did hear that I spoke about her on my last, and like I said, I wanted to hear her side of the story. So somebody did say that they could connect me and that I probably could get an interview with her. So Tiffany, I really have not followed this case. I really don't know the case. And all I know is that $3.65 million for Dalton is crazy. However, if you would like to tell me your side, and I would like to listen, because at the end of the day, I really don't know. Some people say that you getting set up, so I don't know any of that. So yeah, Super Mayor, I heard If you like to, if I can get an interview with you, I appreciate it. I ain't gonna chase you now, so just let me know. All right, we got. Former state senator Sam McCann. McCann pled guilty to wire fraud, money laundering, and tax evasion after converting over $600,000 in campaign funds for personal use. Woo! Okay, he sentenced to 42 months in prison and over $680,000 in restitution. Former state senator Terry Link. Link received 3 years of probation for failing to pay taxes on campaign funds used for personal expenses. His cooperation with federal prosecutors helped expose a bribery scheme involving state rep Luis Arroyo. He's sentenced to 3 years of probation. So for him snitching, he get a little 3 years of probation. Fort Heights Mayor Charles Griffin. Griffin was found guilty of stealing between $10,000 and $100,000 from village funds during his tenure, awaiting final penalty. Now, never mind. All right. Then you had Annette Collins. She was the former state representative sentenced to 1 year in prison for filing false tax returns. At my federal court judge that we're waiting for an answer, if we ever get an answer, Judge Alonzo, he sentenced her. Keith Freeman and Louis Lacey, senior administrators from Thornton Township in Dalton, is indicted for bankruptcy fraud. Wayne City Police Chief Anson Fenton is indicted for selling selling drugs. I don't know. Maybe that's wild. I know that's ain't no way. I gotta make sure, because they do everything. This is corrupt. This is a corrupt state, corrupt city. It's just corrupt. They can't help themselves. It's in them. Okay, it's in their DNA. Yes, former Wayne City Police Chief Anson was indicted for federal charge for allegedly misappropriating property from federally funded programs and transporting stolen property across state lines. The indictment accused Fenton of selling 2 motorcycles valued for over $5,000 and trading one motorcycle for a 1991 Ford Mustang for personal gain. Okay, his trial set for January 28th. 2025. He faces 10 years and up to $250,000 for each count. These are our public servants, our law enforcement. This is crazy. Oh my God. I don't know what to say. Okay. I don't even know what to say. All I know is that we got to start voting these people out of office. If we don't start voting these people out of office, I don't know. We got to vote these people out of office. We really have to. Yeah. I don't know if you guys are familiar with, I don't know if you guys heard about the downgrade that we got today, yesterday for the credit grade. Now we're from Standard & Poor's. That's the SP 500. That's our credit. That's how we can borrow money. Even though I don't know if Mayor Brandon Johnson is delusional. I don't know if he just doesn't care because he knows that he's gonna get, $3.9 million, $4 million in a pension from CTU, and he only was a teacher for 4 years, so he probably doesn't care. But the fact that our credit rating is down is not good. A lot of answers A lot of questions weren't answered. We're in a terrible deficit. We are literally, like, honestly, the city of Chicago is on fumes. Like we're on fumes. We have, and they're steadily taking more money. Like, they're steadily taking more money. They know that their time is up. Like this is not, like, this ain't good. And I don't think people need to understand this. Like, yeah, you didn't get a $300 million property hike, but now they're trying to figure out what else could they do, because they ain't got no money, and they literally are stealing more, and they're taking money, but right now they ain't taking no money because there ain't no money to take, and they know the federal government ain't gonna get nothing, and Pritzker ain't gonna be in the state. Illinois ain't sending no more money. Okay, so when Brandon Johnson, I don't know. Let's just read this, man. So S&P cited Mayor Brandon Johnson's 2025 budget for leaving a significant structural deficit with no clear plan to address long-term fiscal challenges in subsequent years. While one-time revenues closed 30% of the 2025 budget gap, this approach is not sustainable and fails to resolve systematic issues. Although the administration preserved the $272 million supplemental pension payment initiated under former Mayor Lori Lightfoot pension, liabilities remain a heavy burden, with a funding ratio averaging just 26%. S&P raised concerns about the city's diminishing flexibility to generate new revenue without overburdening taxpayers or businesses. And the person who they have that's supposed to be thinking of ways to generate new revenue is William Hall, a corrupt baby preacher, okay, who he don't know what to do either, okay? They got the Hispanic KKK got something over him that he really can't do anything he want to do anyway. It's going to come out pretty soon. I heard that he wasn't even going to run anymore. This is his last term, because he already know. Yeah, I ain't going to be breezing through this like how the old crooked preachers told you what to do. Just go in there, act like you care about the people, get some turkeys and and shake your hands and kiss the seniors on the head and tell them that the Republicans are racist and the white man trying to get them and and all that stuff, right? So they thought all they was going to do the same cycle. The sellouts that are already in there and been in there and then felt like they beat the system and worked the system, they going back and tell these people. Same thing. So, but he's the one that's over it. So if you think that if we're going to find any new revenue ideas with William Hall over that, you're sadly mistaken. Okay. The increased borrowing costs. So this is why the impact of the downgrade. So our credit score went down. The city credit score went downgraded. So these are the impacts. The downgrade will likely raise interest rates for the city's $1.25 billion housing and development bond and other infrastructure projects. Of course, the reputation damage, but City of Chicago reputation damage right now is crazy because we have all incompetent people in office. That's why we have to get out and vote and get these people out of here. Chicago's BBB rating puts it 2 steps away from junk status. Okay, we're junk status. Okay, potentially deterring investors and limiting the city's ability to attract funding. Like Ken Griffin, why he left because of this. Ken Griffin was giving so much money. He was a Republican too. He was giving so much money to the city. He was trying to get it going. Okay, and he had to go. Taxpayer burden. This is for us taxpayers. Okay, a borrowing costs rise. Chicago taxpayers will face higher taxes or reduced services to cover the growing expenses. This is where we have to all Chicago citizens, this is where we have to really sit down and start writing our elected officials, Kwame Raoul, the Inspector General, and saying, we are not paying another property tax. There will never be another hike in property taxes ever again on the Cook County side and the city side if y'all do not give us forensic audits in each department. And we can start with the COVID-19 relief money and the illegal immigration money and any money that went to public education. Any money that went to public education, any money that went to mental health services, all of that we want to audit for, because we don't even have no mental health clinics. They just opened up 2, but we want all of that money. We want a forensic audit on all of that money, and we can start right there, okay? Because there's nowhere in the world we should have a burden on anything. We shouldn't be paying nothing at all, because we are losing people. We're losing businesses. We're losing people. People are stressed out. People are getting displaced. These people are stealing. They playing Monopoly all day. They playing Monopoly with our properties all day, especially on the South Side. They're trying to take everything on the South Side. Everything left that's on the South Side, they're trying to take, and then they're going to move in on the West Side. See, the West Side really ain't got much, but the South Side has everything, including Lake Michigan. So they're trying to take everything over there with the help of these disgraced 20 black aldermen over there that ain't doing nothing to save our communities or to preserve our communities or even start protesting. So that's going to be on us. And how we do it is we need to start writing to Cook County Inspector General, to City Inspector General, to Kwame Raoul, and to each of your aldermen, especially on the South Side, and let them know that it better not be another property tax hike. It better be never. We're not paying not another different tax. We don't need no more taxes. We don't need no more taxes until we get a forensic audit. We want a forensic audit. We want to know where our money is. Y'all work for us, baby. We don't work for you. Y'all work for us. Y'all work for us. We are entrepreneurs. Half my group is entrepreneurs. Okay, we entrepreneurs. We want to know where our money going to. We can't get no buildings. We can't get no development. I got land. I got land, and I can't even get my alderman to sit down with me and work something out so we can get infrastructure over there. We can build something over there for the community. You don't want to do that, but you outside at 3:00 in the morning chasing crime. Chasing crime, like you got punched in the face. You chasing crime, you got punched in the face because you went and saw some transgender prostitutes on a corner at 3:00 in the morning, and you decided that you wanted to be a superhero, and you went and tried to arrest them. But I can't get you to sit down with me to talk at 3:00 p.m. to talk about building the community up. David Moore, and that's how a lot of these black aldermen are. When people reach out to them, when we reach out to them and want to have some ideas and want to bring infrastructure to the community, all of a sudden they don't know anything. They don't know anything. Hey, Miss Jessica. So yeah, okay. Mayor Brandon Johnson, his reaction when he found out that the credit score went down, he defended his administration efforts, citing investments in projects like computing campus and the Red Line expansion, while pledging to work on reforms in future budgets. Criticism from City Council. Aldermen who opposed the budget, like Nicole Leigh, 11th Ward, Chinatown, voiced concerns about its long-term consequences, expressing vindication following the downgrade. Governor J.B. Pritzker, the governor acknowledged the challenges posed by the downgrade and its potential costs to taxpayers, but did not suggest immediate intervention. Of course, because he doesn't care. Okay? Now, Moody's and Fitch ratings. Moody's kept its rating at Baa3+, also just above jump, and noted that the 2025 budget did not change Chicago's credit trajectory. All right. So what's next? The 2026 budget planning. Now, we all should be doing the red line expansion is the worst. And first of all, he had nothing to do with that. So I don't know why. He just taking that. He just say he spent every day. He's talking about something. I spent $200-300 million in investments in our community. Boy, you weren't even nowhere to be found when they were doing a red line expansion. So I don't know what you're talking about, but whatever. Okay, you out there fighting for your pension. You out there fighting for CTU because you need that $4 million pension once you get out of office, and it worked well. Imagine people who have been teachers for 20 and 30 years. Some people have worked for over 40 years and only receive. Patrice told me one of her clients been working for over 40 years, and she said
like 5 bands a month.
And get 5 bands a month. This man 5 bands a month. Okay, $5,000. But he is about to get $4 million for working for 4 years. That's just off of one pension. And they playing in our face all day. All day. Okay? Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with, my last thing I'll talk about is Ronaldo Guevara, the detective, who we're spending, Gilbert Villegas said about 2 months ago that the city of Chicago is going to pay out over $1 billion in lawsuits because of this man. Now, I thought we were still paying his pension. We're not. I was told that we were not paying. I was told that we were still paying his pension, but then I was told that not. But I'm going to ask Jasmine for sure, because Jasmine Smith, she knows more about this than I do. Detective Ronaldo Guevara was a former Chicago police officer who became widely known for his involvement in controversial cases of police misconduct, particularly in relation to false confessions and wrongful convictions. Guevara worked as a detective in the Chicago Police Department's Area 3 and was linked to a series of convictions that were later overturned or questioned due to his alleged involvement in misconduct, including coercing confessions from suspects, especially those in marginalized communities. Black and brown too. He had a lot of brown. He had brown as well. Many of the convictions that Guevara was connected to involving individuals who were later exonerated after it was revealed that their confessions were obtained under duress, intimidation, or manipulation. Guevara was linked to several cases where individuals were wrongfully convicted based on confessions that were later determined to be coerced. His tactics included threats, physical abuse, and psychological pressure to extract confessions. Some of the allegations against Guevara involved the use of physical torture or threats to force suspects to confess to crimes they did not commit. His tactics have drawn comparisons to other notorious cases of police brutality in Chicago, particularly those linked to John Burge, another former detective accused of torture. Guevara was connected to a series of high-profile cases, particularly those involving young men of color in Chicago. Many of these men were sentenced to long prison terms, and their convictions were later overturned due to new evidence, DNA testing, revelations about Guevara's involvement. Guevara's action led to multiple investigations, lawsuits, and calls for accountability. Some cases were revisited after it became clear that the convictions were based on faulty or falsified confessions. His role in these cases became word of broader issues of police misconduct and wrongful convictions in Chicago. Guevara faces numerous civil lawsuits from individuals who were wrongfully convicted or later exonerated. Many of the lawsuits that he played a central role in fabricating evidence, coercing confessions, and undermining the pursuit of justice. Okay. The cases also associated with Guevara have had lasting impact on the criminal justice system in Chicago. They have highlighted concerns over the use of coerced confessions, the lack of accountability with the police department, and the broader issue of wrongful convictions, particularly for people of color. The Cook County State's Attorney Office has since been involved in reviewing and overturning some of the convictions tied to Guevara's investigation. So we'll be paying the city of Chicago, our taxpaying dollars. We'll be paying over $1 billion, about up to $1 billion in civil lawsuits because of him. So, yeah. So, and that's the problem. Like the city of Chicago will pay out for these police officers. And like Leon Rogers said on my podcast, that these police should have their own insurance. Just like the situation with Alderman Jim Gardner. Somebody brought it up earlier in the chat, the comments. The fact that Jim Gardner was sued. He was sued because he was a public official. He was sued because he blocked 5 people on Facebook, and he was sued. Alderman Jim Gardner, not Jim Gardner. He was sued as the public servant, as the Alderman Jim Gardner, and the city of Chicago Corporate Council will not represent him. He has to represent himself, and he's representing himself, and he lost that lawsuit, and he has to pay out $150,000. Now, the $150,000 that he has to pay out, only $5,000. Each person is getting, the 5 people that sued him, they're only getting $5,000 each. The rest of the money is going to the attorney, and like something else, but it doesn't make any sense why they're only getting $5,000 a piece. That is just that they're harassing him because they're upset that he beat the former alderman in his ward that was the person who started the Progressive Reform Caucus. Let me get his name. Get this right. It was John Arena. So John Arena is he's part of the Progressive Caucus, and he was the person who started the Progressive Reform Caucus. And because Gardner got in there in 2019 too, because that's what I'm saying. This is when everybody, the Democrats, socialists all over the United States of America that was Democrat, all got in by the way of saying that they were rocking with Bernie Sanders. You had AOC out there, all that stuff, the socialist thing, all that, putting all this stuff out there about, Trump being this and being that and stuff like that. Because again, Trump was going to win that second term. And because he was going to win that second term, they had to do something crazy. The Democratic Party did something crazy, but I'm glad they did that. Everything happens for a reason because they showed their true colors. However, he got in there, Jim Gardner, and he won. Like he beat him bad, and because he beat him bad, they've been attacking. I've been attacking Alderman Gardner since I even had to block one of the guys. I had responded "Happy Holidays" under Jim Gardner's Facebook page, and they start responding to me. And I'm just like, yeah, this is they're just harassing. They're just mad. They're mad because he broke their little whatever they was trying to do in his area. But they're breaking him. Fine, like as an alderman, and he is protected. He has a bond. He's a public servant. The city of Chicago should be representing him. And the fact that they're telling him they're not going to represent him is crazy. And I know why, the first reason why, but that'll come out another time. It probably that'll come out another time because I actually do want him to I'm going to ask him to do an interview with me, and I think he will do an interview with me, and hopefully we can talk about it then. Ms. Jackson, get ready. I want Ms. Jackson here too. However, it's just that because he isn't an alderman and they are not representing him, but they represented LaSpada when LaSpada was getting sued. They're representing Michelle Harris when it comes to the Regal Theater, but they're not representing him. So, and he white and bald and a firefighter. They even I think demoted him from him being a lieutenant as a firefighter. They just really been on him, and it's sad. It's just sad to watch. If you do not conform to their agenda, then all of a sudden, it's just they bullies. Tony Preckwinkle a bully. The people who they all bullies in there. They bullies, and that's just what it is. And ain't nobody gonna keep dealing with that. Ain't nobody dealing with that no more. It's over. It's our tax paying dollars. Y'all keep raising. Man, everything is expensive. Everything in the city of Chicago is expensive. Okay? You got even these people that just came over here yesterday, tacos $5 a piece. Are you crazy? A taco dinner, $13. Like, they don't have this is it. I don't know, man. Like, yeah, what happened to equal? I don't think, Ms. Jackson, I don't think they understand what equal protection under the law is, only when it comes to illegals. I don't think they understand. They skip over a lot of stuff in the U.S. Constitution and then pick what works for them for certain things. So, yeah, but we're going to be filing a lawsuit. Me and Ms. Jessica need to file a class action lawsuit by ourselves because they keep violating our First Amendment and open public meeting. They keep violating our First Amendment, our 14th Amendment, and the Open Public Meetings Act. And there's one other act that they're violating too. I can't think of it. It's in my notes though. They're violating that as well because we out there speaking, talking. Now, let me see if he sent it to me because I asked him to send it to me. Mark Armstrong, I think it's the Down South Coalition. I don't know. I asked him to send it to me. But anyway, he asked Mayor Brandon Johnson about the reparations today, okay, about the $500,000 reparation committee that they were doing, like what's going on with it. And he basically said that they are finding the people to get on the committee to start the reparation, the study, to start talking about it, the $500,000. They don't got that $500,000. That $500,000 went to Walter Burnett, vice mayor's office. But that's what he told him. You can look it up on. I told him to read it, send it to me. But yeah, you can also look at it at the update from City Hall. I'll send a link for that. But he said he calls him Cat Daddy. Cat Daddy out in well, no. He's Cat Daddy. Alderman Johnson at the City Council post-game presser about being funny with reparation study money that he has yet to have any bread sent of. So that's it. Okay. But I've just learned that this is just like the government is just, I mean, everybody talks about it, everybody says it, but like they just launder money all day. They scheme all day. They take properties all day and we're funding all of this and we're getting stressed out. We're losing our properties. People are moving out because they can't take the stress, or Chicago's just this and Chicago's just that. Now we don't even got to fight back that much. I told you, write these letters. Everybody should be writing a letter to their alderman, demanding a forensic audit in the illegal immigration money, the COVID-19 money, and then any department that you know or you think that they're laundering money. Like mine is public health. I know that they're laundering money through public health. They spent $1.4 billion in epidemiology for the past 4 years. We had $1 billion in debt. So I'm just saying, but that's what we need to do. Yeah, we need a breakdown of every cent. Exactly. Ignoring every single cent. Okay? Every single cent. And if they're going to ignore us, because all you gotta let them know, say, according to me, Leigh, y'all spent $1.4 billion in epidemiology. Also, I just want to know what's going on with the illegal immigration money, because they all over the place still. And I just want to know, we want to know how much money was spent on them, all that. You can have that. Or I'm just tired of paying for, y'all always find a new tax or a new revenue. And I feel like, why do you need to find a new tax or any type of another revenue to make money when you guys can just do a forensic audit and then we can see how much money was spent and how much money was lost, aka stolen, and then we could go from right there. We can go from right there and start arresting the people and then snatching their pensions, because we're drowning in pensions. Some people have, like Patrice saying earlier, some people got 2-3 pensions. Why y'all got how y'all get 2-3 pensions? Like, none of it's making any sense. Okay. So, but this is our tax dollars. So these are things that we need to demand, because nobody should be getting stressed out. Nobody should be worried about losing their home. Nobody should not be worried about eating. Nobody should not be worried about how they're going to get back and forth to work. Nobody should be worried about child care. Nobody should be worried about anything when it comes to their child's schooling. If they need anything for their child to learn in school, to be comfortable, they should not have no issue and no problem. And the reason why we have these issues, because according to the media and mainstream and independent media, we don't have any money. So if we don't have any, and that's just crazy. I know we got money because we just gave y'all some raises. So if we just gave y'all some raises, we know you got some raises. You just gave $80,000 in raises for Nick Posado. Nicholas Posado, his workers got $80,000 in raises. So I know we have it. So we just that's how we need to start, and that's what we will do. Okay. And that's how that works. We have to, it's real simple. I don't know, maybe me and Ms. Jessica can draft up a letter and then copy and paste it, and then we talk about it, but that's how that works. It's something else I want to to let y'all know about. Oh yeah, everybody, Chicago Reader. They're facing imminent risk and closures for undergoes layoff. Any of these media people like newspapers or magazines and stuff like that is always talking about they're at risk of closures and layoffs. Do you know why they're at risk of closures and layoffs? Because they don't go and write the real stuff that's going on. Imagine if they would write stories on the injustices of what's really happening out here in America, how America is still keeping Black America in an economic crisis, okay? And we're dealing with all this stuff. Or maybe let's discuss how they're stealing Black people's property and why we don't have any generational wealth. And maybe if you start doing stuff like that and then actually working with people and putting that out and putting on blast, and then once more people start seeing it, and then maybe we start getting justice in these courts, then maybe we'll donate money to the Chicago Reader. Why would I not? The Chicago Defender, the other day, they reached out. They did a story on us. I will be happy to always do something for the Chicago Defender. It gives me great joy that the Chicago Defender thought of Danny and the crew. That's a beautiful thing. A Black that's one of the longest Black newspapers, and they actually took the time out to sit with us last Friday and actually let us explain what was our whole purpose of the Chicago Fifth Red. And because of that, they will never have an issue getting another interview out of me, because they took that chance. And that is what, and she was maybe because she's I don't know. She wasn't scared to take the story. And that is the problem with a lot of these reporters out here. They're scared to take these stories. They're told not to take these stories or anything like this. So we got to do this stuff ourselves. They don't know. Yeah. When you on TikTok or when you're on Instagram and you have like some people that go around and they'll ask certain people in certain cities, like in Miami, I've seen it in Atlanta, I've seen it in DC. They'll say stuff like, they'll ask a guy, go around and say, what do you do for a living? And they'll be like, oh, I'm a real estate developer. Oh, when did you make your first million? And they start talking about that. They start talking about, all these, and the majority white, Indians, Asians, they all say that they're real estate developers. They have their millionaires off of real estate. I barely see a Black person, and then when I do see a Black person, it's like he African. You know what I'm saying? I don't never see any of us. They ask us, a Black person, a Black American, freeman, hey, what do you do for a living? Oh, real estate developer. None of that. Real estate is how you you're financially well for the rest of your life with real estate. Everybody should own at least 2 homes, but they don't even let you do that. They make it hard for us. They don't want us to get ahead. We are the richest. We're rich in culture. Us. We are the ones who fund America. We are like I said, we are the Bank of America. We are the culture. They steal our culture. They've been doing this for a very long time, but we also don't stand up. We need to stand up. And we pay the same tax, if not more, than an American citizen. These foreigners have came over here and have conned these American elected officials with the help of these corrupt, greedy, dirty elected officials in here that we keep voting in. These people ain't voting them in. These people that coming over here, they ain't voting them in. They trying to push the vote. They're not coming to vote. They coming for Modelo's and to party. They were at River North, down at that pier the last 2 years. These illegals, Modelo bottles all over the place. Glass, they not picking up their dog poop all over the place. They got their music up loud as hell. They talking to you any type of way. You know, they don't say excuse me. They don't speak English. They just put their phone in your face and want you to translate what they asking. They can speak English. Then you got people. Then I read something today. That someone sent me. We are hiring Chicago, Illinois, staffing network, materials coordinator. First shift, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. That's a decent shift, 8 a.m., 4:30. Pay rate, $23 an hour. Okay, cool. Bilingual required. Okay, quality control technician. First shift, 10 a.m. to 6:30. Second shift, 2 p.m. to 10:30. Pay rate, $16.40 to $17.40 an hour. Bilingual required. Benefits, health insurance available. This was the black jobs that Trump was telling y'all about, that they taking black jobs, but y'all was trying to, make it a racial thing or try to make it a joke. No, it's not funny. It's not funny at all. That was those decent jobs, but you got to speak Spanish in America. And people say like, oh, America doesn't have a main language. Yes, it does. It's English. Okay, it's English. And when I go over again, I've been to Mexico a few times. When I go to Mexico, I don't expect them to speak English. I don't expect them to speak English at all. Okay, I know for sure I try to stay in a resort that I know that's on more of the upscale side. So I don't got to deal with getting robbed and deal with some people that do know a little bit of English, but I don't go anywhere. I know that I'm not going to go out the country and expect these people to speak English. And I'm also not going to get the translator and be all up in their face like, do you know what this say? No. So I don't understand how we keep coddling everybody else but our own people. Yeah. So when people say, well, English, we don't even know. Yeah, we do know it is. It's English. Okay. I also know that I am not an immigrant either. Okay. I was born and raised in Albany, New York, St. Elizabeth Hospital. I know where I come from. So yeah, that's how this works. Okay. So in closing, Famous Friday is Friday. It will be taking place live from me and Danny. Will be in D.C. It is William Conway, Bill Conway, and it'll be at 6 p.m. Central Time still. It'll be 7 p.m. at Eastern Time because we'll be in D.C. And that's that. But honestly, I really want us to really like have these conversations with your family members, have these conversations with yourself, pray. But honestly, like, we cannot let these illegal immigrants take over our community, and we cannot let these Hispanic KKK play us. Like, that is, they know what they did. You understand? Like, they know exactly what they did. They know all the money that they stole. They know that they are in trouble. They know that the federal government is not going to send them any more money. And like I said earlier, because they wanted people to go off and stuff like that. And I'm not sure, if people did go off down there today, but this is what I say to Black Chicago. I said, Black Chicago, regardless of the outcome of this vote, I remain hopeful that Tom Homan and Donald Trump will collaborate with ICE and the National Guard to address the influx of illegal immigrants in our communities. It's time to follow the money and uncover the truth. Why pay property taxes when we can't even get a forensic audit? Key scammers since 2019, again, Andre Vasquez, Brian Cicho Lopez, Carlos Romero Rosa, Michael D. Rodriguez, Rosana Rodriguez Sanchez, Jesse Fuentes, Beatrice Ponce de Leon, Christina Pasion Zayas. Okay? We already did Carlos Ramirez Rosa and Jesse Fuentes and Michael D. Rodriguez for Famous Friday. So you guys can look at those to see. But yeah, and please attend meetings. Tomorrow is the Cook County Board meeting at 10 o'clock. I will be there tomorrow. But yeah, please attend these meetings. Pay attention to what's going on. Follow the money. And don't let any of these people make you feel bad. Don't fall for this. Don't fall for the sadness. Don't fall for any of this. Our kids are hurting. Our seniors are hurting. Our families are hurting. Our men are hurting. We're hurting. And this is our money. This is our money, and they playing with us. And they're going to continue to play with us if we do not take a stand. And the stand is real simple. It's writing letters to your state rep and to your alderman and these ain't no threats. These are a promise. If you do not get us the forensic audits, the forensic audit in each department, but you can start with that illegal immigration money and that COVID-19 money, because again, we voted for, we elected y'all. We the ones that got you in, and we could take y'all out. So that's what you could do. It's not a threat. This is a promise. If you do not demand a forensic audit, so we know where our tax dollar is going to, y'all getting out of office. Y'all getting out of office. And like I said, I really hope that they figure out if they're going to settle this case or not, because again, I'll go in there and settle my own case. And like I said, ain't nobody paying no property taxes at all. And we're going to get forensic audit. Okay, we're going to figure this out. And that's how this works. All right? I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for, watching. And again, I'm getting new to this. I'm new to this, but I'm getting more comfortable. I appreciate it. Shout out to Kevin and a couple other people. They're going to get me set up where I really got all my stuff and I really can show different things and stuff like that. And, on the screen so y'all can see as well. Because I'll be having a lot of stuff I'll be wanting to show y'all too. So they're going to get all that stuff together for me. I appreciate y'all. Stay safe, stay woke. And that's another thing. Stop letting these weird white people on both sides, the Democrats and these weird Republicans, try to take the word DEI and woke and take it to a whole nother level. Y'all corny with it. Okay, y'all corny with it. Y'all stealing just as much money as these DEI. Okay, y'all all stealing. Okay, it's classism at this point. Okay, and y'all been doing it for a long time, and all y'all do is blame each other. But we're gonna revamp all of this. But I ain't never messing with the Democratic Party ever again in life. They are satanic. That's Satan over there. So that's just what it is. They put us in this predicament for a very, very, very long time. And it's not going to take that long to get us up out of there, because a lot of us ain't going, especially these Gen X, the millennials, and these Gen Z, and then we got this Gen Alpha. And a lot of these baby boomers are starting to wake up. But this will never happen to us again, and that's just what it is. I appreciate it. And that's it. Thank you. Peace.